Open another gift, someone shouted from the crowd below Mirari, which jilted him from his thoughts. The big box wrapped in purple and yellow. Mirari's sister Milani quickly knelt on the stage beside him and lifted the huge box. It is light, my brother, she commented curiously. Should I open it and steal the surprise? Come, he ordered. We'll do it together. She smiled and began unwrapping her side of the gift. The paper tore easily beneath her hands. The mischievous princess had her side of the box uncovered before her brother reached for it. Now it is my turn, he said, pulling away the remaining wrapper, and then they lifted the lid of the box together. Both smiled, but Mirari was the one to reach inside, and his long, lean fingers brushed against the surface of a sheet of paper. He glanced inside the box as he pulled out a certificate. He scanned it with a brief curiosity, and then his eyes lit up immediately. He smiled and shook his head. The words he spoke were humble. Who has given me such a gift? He asked while standing. He raised the document above his head. A thoroughbred to add to my stable of horses, proclaimed Mirari. I am honored by this wedding present, and my mind races to discern the guest who has given me such a generous gift. It overwhelms me. Mirari smiled at his uncle Nagar as he stepped forward from the crowd and raised a glass of wine in one hand as he saluted his nephew. A man would need a distraction like this from time to time, said the striking older prince. His handsome face was modestly concealed by a sculptured, well-trimmed mustache and beard. The facial hair was a rare fashion choice made by Indian men, but it suited the lean face of Nagar Seth. It marked him as a distinct, stylish man who knew how to seduce people with his appearance. His tall stature and slight build always displayed the clothes he wore to his advantage. At 41, he was still single, but the doctor had no complaints. He was fond of women, and it was obvious to everyone in the banquet hall by the 6'1" plus-size supermodel at his right-hand side who couldn't take her eyes off of him. The dark chocolate, dark-eyed woman beamed at him in adoration. She was of Somalian descent, but most in the room chose to ignore her presence. She was simply their prince's flavor of the month. Blinked several times and she would be gone and quickly forgotten, like all of the others. Thanks to the gods, most Indian men did not behave like him. Mirari continued to hold the certificate above his head as he addressed his uncle. I hope my wife will be all of the distraction I need. She is, after all, a very beautiful woman. Arathi is indeed a jewel. You are blessed to have such a woman, but still, you must enjoy the pleasures of a horse, such as midnight. All marriages will test even the strongest of men. Several men in the audience echoed the older prince's thoughts. Mirari bowed and returned to his throne. As soon as his back was towards the crowd, his smile disappeared. His eyes reflected the sorrow still in his heart. He was here, but his soul was not. He turned around to face his family, and his facial expression changed again, but not before Milani saw the sadness in his eyes. She took note, but continued to smile in her brother's direction. Mirari, this one is from me. Open it, please, she said in a soft voice. She reached inside of her sari and pulled out a tiny box from an inside pocket. Mirari frowned. What could be in such a small container? Open it, she ordered. He did so as the crowd watched. The atmosphere was festive. The hall was loud. He lifted the lid to the small box and looked inside. He frowned. It deepened. I don't understand. The box is empty, he stated, turning his eyes once again in the direction of his sister. No, my brother, it is not. Inside that box is a promise. A what? He searched the eyes. What need do I to have of a promise from you? We are kin. I have your love. That is enough. No, Mirari, it is not. In a world filled with violence, corruption, deceit, we need more. I promise to be your loyal sister until the end of our lives. I promise to help you and to protect those you love. Why do you feel you need to give me such a gift as a wedding present? We have always been extremely close. You have answered the question, my brother. You are my best friend. I trust you with my life, my happiness, and I pledge the same to you and your wife. I am touched, Milani. Thank you. The family members applauded. Some even chanted, Long live Mirari and Arathi! Long live their love! Milani quickly gathered up another gift and handed it to her brother. She whispered to him, This one is from our father. I think you should open it next. Mirari eyed the gift and asked, Do you know what is inside? Of course I do. But you are still going to have to open it. Our father is watching. He would never approve of me spoiling his gift to you. Mirari reached for the gift. He searched and found his parents in the crowd as he began to open the next present.